Well, welcome to Midweek here at Trinity. Obviously, we're not at Trinity right now. I'm in my house, just like most of you are too. I'm sitting on my couch right now. It seems like a comfortable spot. We're probably finding ourselves there more as we sit around with our families. Again, we're pretty isolated right now, and for some of you, that might mean your family is kind of piled on top of each other all day, and there's some energy with that, and there's some excitement. There's also some stress and some strain that comes out of that, right? For others of you, maybe that means you are literally more isolated and you're feeling the weight of more being alone as you go through your days. It's an unusual time, and a lot of it came on very quickly for us here the last couple of weeks. And so as we head toward the end of Lent, we've got 2 more Wednesdays here, today and next week. We just want to come to you with a word of encouragement, kind of bring you a word of hope wherever you might be, whatever's weighing on you right now. We hope these little short videos are just a word of uplifting hope, if you will, in the midst of your week. Because again, a lot is changing, and with that, sometimes we stir a little bit of hesitation. We start to wonder, okay, God, do you really have this, right? Are you really in control of all of this? As we look at our faith lives, some of the habits we have maybe have shifted, maybe for the better for some of us, and for others, maybe you notice some of the things that you used to go to and the groups that you'd see and the people you'd connect with, you're not doing as much right now. And you start to wonder from that side too, hey, God, is my faith as strong as I thought it was? And am I as secure in my trust in you? And all those sort of questions can bubble up, and maybe not yet, but as we keep going through this season together, some of that might come upon you. And so what I want to share with you today is a word from Psalm 61. And King David is crying out to God, and it's just this great word of hope, but it's also a word of promise for us tucked in here. And so Psalm 61, and I'm reading from NLT today, but King David says, "Oh God, listen to my cry, hear my prayer." And we have that promise that we know God listens to our prayers, right? Wherever we are, whatever we might have on our heart, whatever we bring to him, he listens. And so I certainly hope that you hang on to that promise right now as we're going through this time. But he goes on, "From the ends of the earth, I cry to you for help when my heart is overwhelmed." Right? When my heart is tired, it's lacking strength, it's lacking passion, overwhelmed. Maybe that's you today. And if it is, keep on listening here, because it's a great piece. And if it's not you today, it probably will be one day. And so these are great words. David goes on, "Lead me to the towering rock of safety, for you are my safe refuge, a fortress where my enemies cannot reach me. Let me live forever in your sanctuary, safe beneath the shelter of your wings." Right? And so that's this great promise we have, that as we go to God, as we reach out to him in our overwhelmment, in our lack of strength, in our tiredness, and whatever it might be, the weight that we have on us, we turn to God, we lift it up to him. And we have this great promise as we look through Scripture that he's going to lead us to that rock, right? He's going to lead us to Christ, who gives us that hope and that strength that we need to press on through whatever we're facing right now. And then we get to experience what David's asking for here, right? For that safe refuge, that shelter, that whatever's happening around us, we are confident in you. And really at the end of the day, as we kind of go through this time, as you wrestle through this time with God in your own life, there is this promise that again, there is safety in him. There's protection. There's this firm foundation that we can be confident that whatever we're going through, this time right now or other times in our lives too, that God is there with us, strong and holding us. And we can say again, I trust you. I can be confident in you. Just like the sun rises and sets every day, just like the seasons change, God is not changing. And even in the midst of this challenge that we're facing right now and these new circumstances we're experiencing right now, God's not changing in the midst of it, even though everything else around us is changing. And so I hope tonight, maybe you take a moment just to, again, spend some time in prayer. Turn to God and say, okay, God, here's some of the wrestlings in my heart. Here's some of the overwhelming feelings that I have. Lead me to that rock, right? Lead me to Christ, who's going to be my strength. And ultimately, what Christ brings into our lives is peace. And that's a great thing right now. Peace that it's going to be okay. Yes, it doesn't mean everything's going to be good, right? But we're going to be okay in him. Our security hasn't changed. Our confidence in him hasn't changed. He hasn't changed. And so I hope that brings you some peace and some hope tonight in your life. Just again, a word of an encouragement that he's unshakable, and this has not shaken him. And so keep going to him. And again, he will lead you to that rock that is Jesus Christ. And may he bring you peace and joy and patience and all the different things you're going to need to go through this season with whatever your life might look like in the moment, whether it's surrounded by chaos or whether it's pretty quiet. He's going to meet you in the middle of it and bring you that word of hope day after day after day. Keep turning to Him. And again, we get to enjoy that refuge. And may that refuge be real for you. Have a great night. Take care.